England
Not
under
top
21.
level.
Top level,
Not
man.
17 years top level.
Don't downplay it, man. England under 21 international. Leroy Lita, man. How you doing?
I'm good, brother. I'm all good. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm very good. I'm very, very good, man. I want to start this proper, so I want to take it all the way back if we can and talk about the early days. Because you're born in Congo, came over when you was 4 or 5 to England?
5 years old, yeah. Came over when I was
South London?
Yeah. First, yeah. East London first. Belgium first. East London, South London.
Right, here. Yeah, then one of the first questions I want to ask you actually is, when did you realize that you wanted to, when was your first sort of, I like football, this is what I want to do?
When I started going down the park to play with friends, and they were telling me I was good at it. I didn't know the levels or anything, but it was a bit easy for me compared to them. And they told me I was good, and everyone was talking about me and stuff, about it, how good I was. And so that's when I started taking it serious.
And then, obviously, you fast forward a couple of years, you started playing for, was it Margate you were playing for?
Yeah.
How did you go from Margate, and then what was that transition from Margate to Chelsea picking you up or scouting you, and then how did that come about?
I played for Margate, not even the School of Excellence at that point. I was playing, I think, under 12s, a year above as well. I played a year above. The scouts came down to one game, and I played well. I scored 3 and set up 3. After the game, I can't remember the scout's name, to be fair. He's a good guy, to be fair. He used to drive me down there as well. And he said, yeah, Chelsea want to have a look at you. I was like, okay, a bit excited. A Chelsea fan as well. So went down and had a trial, and, it's just that it's got stuff going, man.
Yeah, man, that's mad. Because obviously that age, how old are you at that age? What, 15, 16?
12.
Oh, okay, that's mad. That must have been mad.
I was only playing football for about 2 years before a team came in for me. So
right,
yeah, it was good, man. I was excited because I was like I remember my room. So Ian Wright was my hero. And he's the one that I wanted to be like. But and then I had a finger for number 8 because of him. So in my room as a kid, I used to put remember you get a match. Every player that match program magazines. I used to buy that every week, and every number 8 player I got to put up in my room. And I remember I had like Scott Gemmell, Pete McManaman, Stan Collymore, and all them guys all on my wall. I'm like, yeah, I want to be like that one. I want to wear number 8 in the Premier League one day. So I just, I was so determined, and no one's going to stop me.
So them times as well, when you're at Chelsea and you're a youth player, was that still like the way of like cleaning the players' boots and shit like that? You had to still do all that then?
Yeah. Well, I was a youth team. I was still at school, but I used to have 2 days off, 2 days off to go and train with the first team and reserves and so on. So I used to see all the your Zolas, Frank McBuffs, SIEs, Celestine Babiaro, John Terry, all them guys. And so it was great to be around them, because you get to see what it takes, and they're really they're all right people, and only a few of them that took time to speak to you, but I learned a lot from them just by observing.
Which ones would you say that because that squad then as well, we're talking about 99, like that kind of era, 99, 2000.
98 to 2001, yeah.
2001. So you had like Vialli, like you said, Zola, who else would have been? Di Matteo, Tor Andre Flo. That was like just before the Abramovich time, innit? So Ken Biggs.
He came. Vialli was manager first, and then Claudio Ranieri was manager. So having all them guys around, the top players at the time as well. I didn't go in there starstruck. Like, people were expecting me, because when I went back to school, everyone was gassed. Oh, so I'm not, keep bringing me shirts to go and take in and all that. Like, I'm not doing it. I did it for one girl because she was cool. And, yeah, they're like, can you get me so-and-so's boots and blah, blah, blah. I remember this guy gave me these boots, like, but they don't fit me, man.
That's mad, it's mad.
No need that. So I think I gave them to one of my school friends or something like that. So it was fun like that. But for me, it was serious because it's what I wanted.
Yeah, focused on it, fully focused on what you needed to do. But at that time as well, I wanted to ask you, because obviously the youth setup was different as it is now. Obviously, like, it feels like more now that youth set systems are set up for youth players to propel and go into the first team.
I don't think it is.
You don't?
No, I don't think it is. The game's different now. So I see that. I think it's a lot easier to get through now, but it doesn't prepare you for what comes with everything. I know they say they've got this psychologist, this. Nah, they don't teach you now, and you have to go in there with a hard head because a strong mind.
Yeah.
Because the things that come, you can't practice it. So you can know about it, but you really know when you're in there. You don't. There's not something that someone could teach you.
Yeah.
You have to do it to really understand and appreciate it. So I don't think they do that, and I don't think there's a way to do it either, because a lot of young players you see them just.
It's true, man.
I mean, so quick. And I mean, it's so quick. And I know that's happened in the past, but I think now it's happening a lot more because the things they got to deal with, you get people talking about how they're feeling and everything like that. And know your well-being is important. I respect that. There's certain industries that don't give a shit about that.
That's one of them.
Yeah, so football is one. They don't. So it's just one of them. It's not made for everybody. No matter how good you are, naturally talented or whatever.
Yeah, I hear that. I think, like, going back to like the Chelsea kind of thing, though, when you was at the youth setup there, it didn't, like, there wasn't many youth players coming through. Like, now you've got like a Loftus-Cheek and Tammy Abraham, Reece James, them kind of players that have come through the youth setup. And that when you was there, and obviously your group, and obviously like other like Leon Knight's group and all that kind of stuff, like, was any of the coaches even trying to push you guys to be in that first team discussion, or even try and put you in a conversation to be around the reserve teams and all that kind of stuff?
That's something you got to ask them. I don't think they were trying. Well, we're coming out of school. A few of us were coming out of school to go and train with the first. So we thought we was being pushed, but then you got to bring in, like, what year did Abramovich come in? 2001.
Yeah, three. Yeah.
Okay, so in that time, I think John Terry was the only one that's like made it through up until a few years ago. So with that, because the money came in, a lot of managers didn't really pay attention to that, which they're like, well, I can go and get so-and-so who's already established, and because the chairman's paying the money. But that's not don't make it right. But yeah, the young players coming through, I remember them pushing Danny Jeffries, and he ended up falling out of love with football. My group, he's the best player. To them, I was the best player to me. To them, he was the best player. And they're pushing him so hard, and he ended up falling out of love with football. So, yeah, I don't think Chelsea Academy was great for that at the time, and there weren't enough players coming through. I remember John Harley got a little bit, and maybe one or two others, but Stevie Watt might have a little bit, but not too many got. They went right, like John Terry. They put him in. Don't get me wrong, he's a legend. They put him in, and he established himself. I think he broke through like 19 or something like that.
So was Leon Knight the age group above you, or was you in the same?
No, he was 2 years above me.
2 years, right? Okay.
Yeah. So he won't tell you this story though. When we was under 16s, we played the under 19s at Cobham. And we beat them 3-2. We beat them. We was in shots. And they got, I remember, like, it was funny because after the game and that, we all like happy, and we beat them like, I think 18 or 19. We beat it 19s, blah blah blah. And they all just sat down on the pitch, and Jim Duffy was going in on them. Like, oh. Then that's when he's pushed the three of us to go and train with them in the first team resident. So
yeah, man, that's mad when you think like obviously, you know, that level of football that you man must have been playing at that time as well to even beat that age group. That's what, for nearly 4 years older than your group as well. That's madness, man. But after
2 years, most of the under 19s and 17s.
Yeah, true, man. So after that kind of couple of years at Chelsea, when was that, like 2001 then?
Got released, yeah.
Yeah. Like, you then go on trial to Fulham, play against Chelsea. 2-2. So was it 2-2?
2-2, yeah.
You scored the 2 goals.
Yeah, you scored an overhead kick and a free kick.
How did you feel after that? After obviously being let go by Chelsea, you go on Williams, books a little bit, the trials there.
I was down, but I was like, this is fake, man. My first trialist game is going to be against Chelsea, against all the couple of the year below, because they're all of us the ones that got released. There's no point going back in it. So, yeah, I knew them, and I just thought, let me do my thing, and bagged a couple of goals, and I thought, yeah, here we go. And then Fulham said to me, we want to give you another year as apprentice, not apprentice, schoolboy forms instead of apprentice. And I didn't want to do that because I was that age, left school, need to get a job.
The money.
But then after that, I rang Jill and then went to play for them. I can't remember exactly which when to play for them. The trialist game, they told me no. So when I got my job and everything like that for a couple of months, I was just like, this ain't for me. And so I just rang up the clubs, and I was just had in my head, someone will say, come down, have a trial. So, yeah, and say yes to me. So I rang Bristol City and Bristol Rovers, and they both told me to come down.
Right, okay. And then, because you when you signed for Bristol, or you joined Bristol, you're joining on a YT contract at first, aren't you? And then you played.
I only did 1 year at under 17s.
Right, okay.
So yeah, top scorer for the under 17s. Didn't play the under 19s at all. Didn't play reserve football. Just went from that. Came back the second year of apprentice. Pre-season, we all trained together. First team, 19s, reserves, and us. And so we like literally, I was winning everything, like all the tests, all the running and everything like that. And then, yeah, the system manager called me on a Friday and said, you're with us tomorrow. And I was like, yeah. I always thought I was doing the water. I was doing the water or something, carrying some kit or something like that. But when I got there, I actually had the kit on, and I was like on the bench, and I was like, I'm involved. Yeah. So, yeah, man, it's mad. And then obviously the manager came over, called me and said, you're going on, son. I can remember his word, you're going on, son. Danny Wilson, thank you. Yeah, I went on, done a few bits. We won a penalty, and I ran and got the ball and just kept hold of it. So I'm taking it. I think the senior players in the first team in the squad, they thought, who's this kid, man? But they knew. It's to them, they're already established, and they're like, go on then, mate. Yeah. But I wasn't going to let anyone take it anyway.
Yeah,
so
I hear that, man.
Scored, and then got another chance. I got another goal, and then celebrated like it was a World Cup final. And the fans loved it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what was it like because at that point, Bristol City would have been League One, right?
Yeah.
So then you've gone from like Chelsea, around like World Cup, Marcel Desailly, all these kind of players that you're training with. Then you go to Fulham, then obviously you go to the Gillingham, you ring around, you get your contract at Bristol. What was it like, that kind of transition from obviously youth team set up and now first team at Bristol? What was that kind of transition like for you?
Moving, I'm not a person that gets fazed by things and all that. I know exactly what you mean by the question, but for me, it was just like, all right, I've dropped down now. I have to go back up. And that was my mindset. I was like, League One's all right. All of my family were proud of me still, and my friend. I wasn't disappointed that I gone to drop. I didn't drop 2 leagues because I wasn't playing in the Premier League.
Yeah, yeah.
There's my chance to get started. So, I just thought, it's a good stepping stone for me, and it's a good club. Fans made it amazing for me. People around. Moving down there as well. There's people from London, so it was easy to settle in.
What was it like as well? Because you mentioned Danny Wilson. What was he like as a gaffer to work for?
He's all right. I think he handled me well at that time. He likes his experience. At the time, we liked his experienced players because he knows what he's going to get. With younger players, they're finding their level, aren't they? So, he give me a bit. I didn't make my full debut, like league debut, till the second season.
Yeah.
So he's put me on here and there, like just to get experience. Thinking back now, I've experienced myself what he did for me. I don't know if he did on purpose, but hopefully he did. It was perfect. It worked perfect for me because he was giving me a bit here. When we're winning, he might not put me on because the game's done, or when we need something, put me on to make an impact, put me on to just close the game out, try and help close the game out, get winning goals, something like that. So bit by bit, I get that. I fully understand that. And I always respect him for that. I played for him again, but his whole philosophy changed when I went to Barnsley.
Yeah.
So I walked in the change room. I was the oldest player at 29. At 29. So
yeah, man. We'll get on to Barnsley at some point. I wanted to ask you a question actually around, because I think, is it your last season at Bristol, you ended up in the playoff final? Is that right?
Year before.
Sorry. So you get obviously to the playoff final. You're the only fit striker, I believe, at the time.
Yeah, fully fit.
Fully fit striker. Walk into the dressing room, you see your name's not on the team sheet, and you see you're not on the bench. What's going through your head?
I'll tell you what I did. Exactly what I did. Me and Clayton Fortune didn't even watch the game. I went into the bathroom because I was crying, man. And Clayton Fortune, he followed me in. He was the only one. He just grabbed me and gave me a hug and said, "Don't worry, man. Your time will come." So we went into the bar. And at the Millennium Stadium.
Yeah.
And I walked in there because you had families and their friends and blah, blah, everyone in there. They're like, "What are you doing here?" Marvin Brown, my roommate, he went to, "What are you doing here?" I went, I'm not involved. They went, "What? There's no one fit." I said, "I'm not involved." Yeah, I went to the bar, got myself a Malibu and Orange, man. And I was drank that all afternoon and we came back out when the game was done.
Did you ever get an explanation as to why that happened? Nothing.
No, never. I never even asked. I'm not one to. I just thought, okay, cool.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's done. Move on. You know what I mean? I didn't soak on it. I was upset at the time, but then got to keep moving, man. You got to keep moving.
Yeah, man. And at that point as well, you break into the England team, the under-21s, which was very unheard of because I don't think there was many, you can correct me, but I don't think there was many League One players touching international level football at that time.
I was the only one in the squad. Everyone else, that was the year after after that. Yeah, I went and got caught. I was in the bedroom just chilling. I was living with one of my teammates at the time, and I was in the bedroom. I got a call from a lady from the FA telling me, you've been selected for the England 21s. I was like, what? I'm in my head, I'm like, I'm still in League One, man. Got there and obviously everyone's playing in the Premier League. I was just like, first session, I felt good, felt done all right. And Colton Cole pulled me. See, I always got like, Colton Cole was with me at Chelsea when growing up. And he pulled me and said, "Bro, you don't look out of place. Keep doing your thing."
Yeah, man.
You know how so many young kids, I don't hear anyone telling them little things like that. They don't pay attention to it.
Important.
It's important because when he came up, because I only knew a couple of people there, and we didn't really. I was in a room on my own as well, so I didn't really get to chat to no one. And when Cole came over, they gave me confidence as well. And I was thanking for that, because he's one of the good people in the game.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And so I played the game. Manager put me on about half an hour, 20 minutes ago. We're losing 2-0. And I scored. And, I celebrated anyway. But it was a friendly. But for me, it's more than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know them little bits made so much difference for my mindset and my confidence in that.
Yeah. And
it was crazy that I was the only League One player to be selected, but I'm grateful one.
I was going to say, at that point, even in because your debut was against the Netherlands, but even in the England squad, who was who was in that team then? That would have been a mad team, even at that point.
But the England squad?
Yeah, I'm trying to think who would have been there. That would have been like...
you know what? You forgetting it. Sometimes I have to read the names on the shirt. My shirt. Who's in that squad?
Would have been like Ashley Young, them kind of players done. Would that have been that kind of...
No, he hadn't even been in that squad yet. Yeah, that's mad, isn't it? Because he was... Where is he up?
Yeah.
They're in the champ. And I think like Cole, Dean Ashton, Darren Bent. Can't think who the left backs are. Right back, Justin Hoyt. Goalkeeper, not a clue, can't remember exactly. The goalkeeper.
They've been filled with like Premiership.
All Premier League. Yeah, they're all playing in the Premier League.
That's mad.
Wow. Yeah. They're all like really established in themselves. Because I was that when I got in that squad, it's my first full season like playing every week. So because the manager the manager who came in after Brian and Wilson was Brian Tinnion.
Right.
And he used to talk on a coach for away games for like 2 or 3 years. I used to sit with him, Lewis Carey, Mickey Bell, and sometimes Scott Murray. So we used to like they're brilliant for me. They're funny guys. They just kept me young lad, just kept me laughing the whole time. And and Brian Tinney said to me on the way back from the playoff final, if I ever get the job, mate, you'll play for me. And he got the job.
Right, it's mad. That's mad. Is that what year did you? Because you scored 29 goals. Was that your final season?
2004, 2005. Yeah.
So that would have been your final season at Bristol City.
Yeah.
After that, was there any discussion that you were going to stay at Bristol, or was it just the fact that Steve Coppell and was it Steve McDermott at the time at Reading?
Brian.
Interested. So Brian, they were interested, weren't they?
Yeah. Now, first of all, Bristol wanted me to sign a new contract. The chairman got injured for this. Is mad how they tried it. I got injured. They thinking I was going to be out because we were trying to make the playoffs. We missed out in the end, but I got suspended and I had to miss the games. I got injured, so suspended. I was worried. It brought me to this hotel, the chairman and the manager. And like young, I think I was 18, 19, sat down, the chairman's talking away. I don't really know what he's saying. He puts this sheet on the table with the numbers on it. I went like that. Just kept looking at him dead in the eyes and let him speak. He said, yeah, that's telling me that's what we're going to offer you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, cool. Let me go and talk to my people and let you know. I did sign that contract. Yeah, I did sign that contract. Just like, I think the numbers they thought I was going to go like, like a young lad. I was like, I'm not. I got bigger plans than this. That's not going to make me jump at nothing. Nothing would have at the time. And yeah, I think they're a bit shocked because it was like 3, 5, 6, 7 times what I was on.
Yeah,
and I was like, no, I know my wife then, innit? So I just carry on. I got 1 year left on my contract. To finish the season, just get a call just bought my first apartment. I was all settled, thinking, yeah, I'm happy, man. I got my own place, and the chairman rings me, Leroy, yeah, we've accepted a fee from Reading for you. I was like, okay. I rang my agent, and he told me, he's going to speak to them, let me know what's the deal and all that. And then I said, just get me down there, man. It's a league above us and just step for me to where I want to be.
Yeah, because you signed, they broke the record fee for you, didn't they? I think it was 1 million at the time, or around those kind of figures. But Reading, obviously, Steve Coppell was interested, he wanted you, and then you signed for the 1 million. You score on your debut, I believe, Plymouth 2-1.
Yeah, lost. Yeah.
Oh, you lost?
Yeah, lost 2-1.
It's madness.
I scored to make it 1-1, but we lost the game in the end.
Do you think that step up was what you needed at the time? Obviously, you said you're obviously gone from League One. You just missed out on the playoffs that season with Bristol. You then go up with to Championship with Reading. Was you ready for that step up, do you reckon, at that time?
Well, that's what I wanted. I wanted to test myself in the champ. So I wasn't really... Well, Reading was down the road as well. So I stayed in my... Well, they put me in a hotel, but I wasn't enjoying it. I was staying in Bristol and getting someone to drive me up and drive me down for training and stuff because I couldn't drive at the time. And I just thought, see what I can do in the Championship. And then we started off well. Before I knew it, I was in the Premiership with Reading. I didn't expect that. I didn't ever think that. At the time, I just thought, do well for them, then hopefully Premier League.
And that squad at Reading as well was, trying to think, Shane Long, Stephen Hunt, Kevin Doyle, Stephen Sidwell, Michael Dewberry was probably there.
No, he came towards the end. Yeah, he wasn't there. He came in my last year there.
Right.
Last 2 years there. I was like, people like Dave Kitson, Bikumbi, Ingle Marston, Goodison, and all that. Nicky Shorey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not that squad wasn't expected to do that. No one expected that squad to do that. If you ask someone to name a player from the record number, we got the record in it, record number points.
108.
Yeah, 106. With that squad, no one would expect that because there's better squads in the Championship, but we were just a great team.
Yeah.
And when someone got injured, whoever came in done the job because we was all on it. And all is mixed with experience and young, hungry players.
What was Steve Coppell like to work for as well? Because
you know what, in training, he didn't say much, just observed and pull your side and chat to you now and again about what you need to do. And the way he worked was so like unique compared to all the managers I played for. All his assistants done a lot of the things.
Right.
He'll say that one thing to you and he'll just spark you and pull you and give you little targets and stuff like that. And not say, this is what you should be doing. This is what I expect from you from the next 5-6 games. That's it. Not in a bad way, just like, and they're like, cool, that's what he's asking from me. And he does that for everybody. I'm talking myself. Done that for me to work because they give me little targets and, he didn't say, I want you to get 30 goals this season. He'll say, these next 5 games, 6 games, I want you to do this, blah, 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 blah. And that worked perfect for us.
Yeah, man, that seems to have worked because, like you said, you got promoted. What was it like knowing that obviously you're going into the Premiership now, you're at the top level of English football. You're obviously going to be returning to Chelsea and some of these other big clubs as well, like Manchester United, Man City, Liverpool. You're going to be playing against the greats of the greats in England. What was that like knowing that he was going to, like you've kind of gone from Chelsea youth team, you've had to drop back down, you've had to work your arse off to get back to the top. What was that like?
Yeah, it was a good feeling. Knowing that I was injured the day we got promoted, and I was injured, so I wasn't even at the game.
You broke your ankle?
Yeah, bottom of my tibia. So,
right.
It's clean break, so it wasn't no ligament damage or anything like that. So, I was so excited. I was thinking next year we're going to be playing in Premier League. I've always disappointed my dream. But pre-season I came back, first game, a bit nervous and that because I was still carrying my leg a little bit. When you have it in your head. I scored 5. And I was like, I think it was at Didcot, somewhere like that. I scored 5 in that pre-season. I was like, I'm all right, man. I'm blessed, man. My legs all right. And then I was like, come on, get ready for the season. And I think the manager kept the same team from the last game, from the previous season, which is unbelievable. You know what I mean? And I was on the bench. Dave Kitson got injured just before half-time. And I came on. Well, did I come on before half? I came on before halftime or at halftime. So, and to make my Premier League debut, and it was 2-2 when I came on and ended up scoring the winner.
Yeah, because you were 2-0 down against, was it Middlesbrough? I think you was 2-0 down.
Yeah, then we came back 2-2.
You Kubu and Stuart down, and then I think.
Is that who scored? Yeah, I don't remember that scorer. I was just like, I scored the winner.
Then you came on and scored the winner, man. I remember the game, man. That was a good game. But then obviously you go from in that kind of like Premiership status level. I think you scored 2 against Chelsea, Stamford Bridge that year.
1.
Was it 1?
Yeah, with 2-2, I scored 1 there.
You scored the 1. I think you scored Old Trafford as well.
Yeah.
And then Etihad, or whatever it was called then, or Manchester City Stadium, whatever it was called then.
Yeah.
So you've had some, like, just talk me through the moments, man. Like, what was it like to score at Old Trafford? Obviously, there's fans there then as well. It's not like now where it's like just empty, you're just looking at the seat.
To be real, at the time, you don't go, oh, people keep saying it, but you're like, well, what can I do next? What can I do next? People keep saying to you, oh, you scored it. I remember watching the match the other day and I scored it. I think it was a game after the Man United game, getting home watching it. And the commentator was saying, he scored at Old Trafford this season, Anfield and Stamford Bridge and blah, blah, blah. I was like, I didn't really notice that. You know what I mean?
You focus on the team, innit? You focus on
the team. You don't think. I remember, I'm not a fan. I was a player at the time. I wasn't thinking about that at all. So you don't until you finish. Like now, when people say, I was like, yeah, that's not bad, is it? So, but at the time, you don't really care.
No, I hear that, man. And then the end of that season, is this the season where Reading just miss out on UEFA Cup by a point? Is it a point or a couple of points?
Yeah, point. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That would have been obviously good for yourself as a player to be playing in that kind of European tournament as well, man. But I wanted to talk about after the Reading sort of time as well, because I think you decide to go on loan, or did you go to Middlesbrough? Was that on loan, or did you get?
No, I went on a free. My contract was done now with Reading. So I had a few options, and Gareth Southgate went there, sat with him. I had some lunch, and then I said, I love this guy, man. It's cool, and ended up signing a deal there. And that's how that happened. Because he had been trying to sign me for a year or something, like 2 transfer deals. So I read him wouldn't let me leave the club, but then I ended up leaving for free.
So Brendan Rodgers came in, didn't he, at the back end of your Reading career as well, I think?
Well, I left Reading, went and met Brendan in a hotel.
Right.
He just round the corner from my house. When he took over as Reading manager, when I met him, he's like, just telling me his plans and how he works and stuff. And he wants me to re-sign for the club. And I was like, yeah, we had a good chat. Nearly sold it to me, but I just had in my head, I've been here 4 years. It's time to move on, man. And plus, it wasn't the reason I didn't re-sign. He would have been the only reason I would. Because I didn't get on with the people, the board, and certain people around the club. I didn't really have time for. Because some of the things they're doing, if I write a book one day, I'll tell them all that. But I was like, I need to move on, and went to Middlesbrough. I went to Celtic first to have a look up there, and I went up there. No, end of the season when I went up there, so it was still warm, innit? So.
But I was going to say you went on loan to Charlton as well before you went to Borough. Did you go to Charlton, Norwich?
Charlton and Norwich.
Right.
Because I was trying to leave Reading. The only way I wasn't playing at Reading. I told them I want to leave. And Steve Coppell said to me, you can go on loan, first loan, when you can go on loan, but you can only go to one place. I was like, where? He goes, Joe. I said, cool. Because Pardew is his mate. Alan Pardew is his mate, and they works. And I was like, you know what, Charles, I'm from South London, so get me down there. Spent, I think, 3 months down there. Came back and got relegated. And then the next season, the champ played a few games, then got dropped again, left out for a couple of months. And I was like, right, I'm going to need to go on loan again. And they said no, as per usual. Then Norwich, they're struggling at the bottom. And they say, you can go there. I was like, cool, man. I don't care. I just want to play football. I went down there, scored goals. Fans loved me again because, as I said, I know why I was being held back for some reason. I don't know. They didn't like the way I spoke or whatever. And they're telling me I can only go to a certain place because there's loads of teams I could have gone to at the time. But they only let me, they wanted to be in control of everything. And the second loan to Norwich was because they thought the team struggling at the bottom. I wouldn't fancy it. I drove down there, man. Let's go. Yeah. So I'm going to play this. Let's go. And Glenn Roder, another guy, time for him, man. Treated me well, man. Like, looked after me and that. So he's top man. I thought top man.
And then moving over to the Borough thing now. So you sign, I think, August 2009, around then, start of the season. Just talk me through that kind of time at Middlesbrough. What was it like? What was it like living up there as well? Because obviously it's totally different to down south as well.
I did enjoy living there. I drove back down to London most days. But being in the club, it was a good setup, and the manager was brilliant. A great bunch of lads. One of the best groups I've ever been involved in. We're all like similar ages and good characters. Tony McMahon, who sat next to me in the change room, got to know him really well. He's a top man. I still speak to him today. Yeah, I thought with Southgate, we would have got at least playoffs. But whatever reason they sacked him, I will never know. And hopefully, we might never know because it has to come from the chairman or whoever decided make that decision because we is second in the league, 1 point from top, and they sacked him.
That's mental.
We played Derby 1-3-1 or something like that. Manager said after the game, after tomorrow off, we all went out in Yarm near Middlesbrough. We had some food and drinks sorted out for us, and then everyone was looking at their phone, getting texts. The gaffer's gone. We're like, what? Nah, shut up, man. Everyone looking. It's true. And to be fair, the next day the gaffer called all of us, every single player. He called every single player and just said, like, thank you for your efforts for him and everything. He didn't moan and groan about being sacked or anything. I said, like, thank you. But I said to him, what happened? They said, don't worry about it. It's just football. You just concentrate on doing well for the club.
That's mental. Who came in after South? Was it Gordon Strachan? I've heard stories about him from other. I want to hear your views on him because
I got no views on that man. My views on from when he came into Middlesbrough, he came in with some mad ego, arrogance, rude, stubborn, stuck up,
old school mentality.
No, he doesn't. He just came out. There's nothing wrong with old school mentality, but he just was rude and horrible. I remember Mark Yates. Okay, I always say this one. Mark Yates, great guy. I swear, one of the funniest guys in the change room. Lively, keeps the team morale going, the team spirit. He's one of them. And I never seen someone destroy a player because after about 2-3 weeks, so Yates, he was coming in like, he's down, you know what I mean? And that's not his character. Yeah, because in training, he would stop the session and target him because he's doing that to players. We know now he's treating players a certain way so he can get them out. And you know what I mean? Managers do that. But the way he did it was, nowadays we call it bullying because we played Newcastle away and we lost 2-0. After the game, we went in the change room. He's going in, blah, blah, blah. And then goes, and you, King Yates, blah, blah. I can't do a Scottish accent. So, why you fucking stop the cross, blah, blah, blah. Yatesy went, I went on the pitch. It was some. We all had to look round and go, hey, he went on the pitch. It was some.
Okay, no.
And then he just got up and walked out, went, and then by the January, Yates is gone. I could tell you a lot more than what Andrew Taylor won. It's mad how he just like. That's how he went on about getting players out, which is bollocks. And I'm not a fan of him one bit. He's I don't know him as a person, but as a manager, a coach, brilliant coach, training was great. As a manager, he was terrible for that team.
Like, after that, then you go over to. So how did it end up Middlesbrough? Sorry, so
Tony Mowbray came in after that. They sacked Strachan after about a year. For a year, we had about a year and a half of him. Jesus, man, how do we deal with that? And yeah, because he used to do things like our Christmas party and that. We played Peterborough away. He said, if we lose, you have to come back on the bus and meet your bus to go into London somewhere else. If we lose, we drew 2-2, and he still made us do that. After that, I didn't even want to speak to him. I had enough. I was like, I'm just going to play football. I don't care what we do. I just hope we just will survive and not get relegated. Get this guy out, man. No, I hope they get him out. But we had a year and a half with him or something like that. Yeah, it was because he took us away. We had a pre-season. So, no. Listen to what I just said. Pre-season.
Oh.
So the season's done. Yeah, the season's done. The season's finished. He made us meet up in 2 weeks or 3 weeks after the season's finished. He made us meet up in Malaga, Spain, to do a running with the army people and all this madness. We're on holiday, man. We need to switch off.
Yeah, it's true.
He was trying to destroy us. Honestly, because the running he used to make us do, he was trying to destroy us. But we are fair play to all the boys because everyone was. I think one player didn't turn up. Who the Arca didn't turn up. He went to Argentina. Yeah. This where he's from. This is one time a year to go and see
the family.
You go home. You can't take that away from someone. He gets one chance a year. One. That's important to him.
Yeah, 100%.
So, in doing all that madness and making up, we done a pre-season, running up these hills with barrels of water and carrying logs and there's nonsense, man. I don't even remember football training. I don't even remember.
Yeah, it sounds like military.
After that, we just like everyone who was there got there just fucking so disappointed. I don't know what he's trying to do. Our characters, we was doing all right. We was 1 point off top when he came in. And then he just messed it up, man. Just messed it up. And Tony Mowbray came in and switched it back, got everyone together again. And if I got him in earlier, we would have made the playoffs. We finished just outside because he seemed like everyone's face. And then everyone, the team spirit, he just picked all that up. What I loved about Mowbray was his first meeting, he brought the first team, the youth team all together.
Right.
And then he said, okay, we're 16, 35. If you do well for me, you'll be involved. And
that's fair enough.
What do you need? That's what we need. We had so many Strachan's bringing these ex-players from Celtic or wherever, Scotland. And I'm just like, these players are so dead. We had so-and-so before. We had so-and-so before you brought in this. Come on, man. We know, okay, I respect that he done well for him and he needs to look after him because Middlesbrough's wage bill was good. Yeah, it was higher. So he's trying to look after the boys who did well. So I respect that. But for the ones that were trying to go back out, he ruined our change room.
And then you leave Middlesbrough 2011, right?
Yeah, Swansea by me.
Swansea, yeah. So then, again, that team as well, trying to think 2011. So you would have had Ashley Williams, Nathan Dyer, Scott Sinclair. Were they all in that kind of team? So
yeah,
Leon Britton as well. Leon Britton was in that team. Flipping hell.
And Gary Monk, Rangel Angel, Neil Taylor. Eddie Graham, Wayne Routledge. I came in as number 2. And Brendan, obviously, because he's trying to get me before he liked me.
Yeah.
He tried to get me at Watford as well.
Right.
And he brought me in, and he told me, right, I got Danny Graham as number 1, but I want you in our squad as, back up to him. I was like, you don't turn down going back in the Premiership. It might not happen with Middlesbrough, so I just moved. And it didn't work out for me down there because the team was flying. Didn't settle, got fed up, and went on loan a couple of times. And it wasn't great football-wise, but the people there, within the club and people around the club, brilliant people. Always talk to them. I still speak to a lot of them now. And it's a club I've got a lot of respect for because the people there within the club treat you, like a human being. Man.
No, that's what you do as a footballer as well. I'm assuming.
Sometimes you do. But sometimes but we know in football that don't always happen. So when you do, you're grateful.
I hear that. I've heard a lot of people talk about Leon Britton as one of the best players that they've played with, whether that's training or against or whatever the case is. And can you vouch for that? Obviously, you train with him every day.
I'm a striker, innit? He's good for people who want to keep the ball. Yeah, he's brilliant. And he's brilliant keeping the ball. But for me, I like midfielders who look for the striker. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, he's a good player to get things going, to do pass, but he's never going to kill you with a pass. You know what I mean? His pass is always 10 yards here, but he does that well. He don't lose the ball. Yeah? But I'd rather have a midfielder who does try to make that and lose it a few times. So I know what people mean by that. He, for someone who keeps the ball, he don't even lose the ball in training. So he's good at that. But I wouldn't say for a striker is a nightmare. We'll get the ball and pass it to the left back.
I hear that, man. I want to talk quickly about the loans after. So Middlesbrough, I think Birmingham would have been the first one.
When I was at Swansea, I went on Birmingham. Yeah. You're going backwards and you're confusing me, man.
Sorry.
We're at Swansea now. We're at Swansea.
Yeah, man. So Swansea, you go on loan. It's not happening at Swansea. Then you go Birmingham. I think was the first one, wasn't it? I think the first.
Yeah. When Brendan left and Michael Lauder came in, he left me out the squad completely. So I was like, just not involved, just training, and Birmingham came in on Birmingham and Crystal Palace. Guess who got promoted that year as well? Crystal Palace. I was chosen for Birmingham. Bad decision, man. And to be fair, Wayne Riley pulled me and went, no, Dougie's cool, man. He'll look after it. I was like, cool. Let me think about it. I went Birmingham. And because I know Lee Clark was assistant manager at Norwich when I was there. Yeah. And that club was a mess at the time, so I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't like it. So I just went off the rails a little bit. Just done my own thing, and I tried to enjoy my life more than concentrating on football because I was fed up and just everything at that time.
Was you living in Birmingham at the time as well, or did you?
Yeah, I was living in a hotel. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know Birmingham's a bit nightlife there as well, isn't it?
I lived in a queue.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm saying,
everything walking distance.
Yeah, oh, man. I used to live around the corner from there, so
yeah,
man.
No, there's a little club I used to go to around the corner. I won't say the name.
I hear that, man. But so then obviously I think so. That's what 2012. You're at Birmingham.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And then I think 2013 Sheffield Wednesday.
Did I go Brighton first? Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday. The one after that. Yeah, I still had a year left at Swansea after that, and I was I might as well go and play towards the season. Loved my time there, like fans again. That's how I started enjoying my football again. Being a part of the team and playing every week, every minute. And so I enjoyed that.
Then Brighton.
Brighton, I went down there. They needed a striker. I didn't even start at the first game. I thought I was coming in to play. Came on against Yeovil or something. I was like, I think Ashley Barnes was the main striker. They're Argentina. the Argentinian who played for us, Leicester. He was injured, and Ashley Barnes was the unfit one, and I came in. Team was doing all right. We played Bournemouth away. We drew 1-1. I didn't even come on. I was just unused sub, and we went back in the change room. I can't remember it. The manager at the time was Oscar Garcia. And his assistant, I was fuming. His assistant come in after the game and went, right, all the players and subs you didn't play, come out and run. I ain't coming out running, man. Can you get me out of it, man? This bullshit. He went, what? He was probably like looking at me like I'm crazy. I went, I ain't coming out. You know what I mean? And then he was going over. Right, I'm not coming out. Listen to me, bro. You've asked me 4 times. I ain't coming, man. No. And so, I just got in the shower and rolled out, and I didn't play for Brian again, I don't think.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because then on the Monday, this is so bullshit. On the Monday on training, they had a meeting, went, right, I'm so disappointed about the result, blah, blah. But within the squad, I get this. Within the squad, if a assistant manager asks anyone to do any running after the game, we have to do it. They didn't even say, Leroy, you didn't. They just said it to the whole squad. Everyone knows me.
Yeah.
And I just sat there and just went, you can't even say it to me, but because you want to talk. Everyone knows it's me, so you should be telling me yourself. Yeah, no, they already know. So he's just, I know what he's doing. I was just like, whatever, man. And then I didn't play for Brighton again. Finished alone and left.
So then did you go back to Swansea at that point, or did you go straight to Barnes?
No, back to Swansea. Back to Swansea. And I think at that time, Michael Laudrup ended up getting sacked.
Right, okay.
And Gary Monk took over. Because when Michael Laudrup was there, the reason I went on loan, because he was making me train with the youth team.
Right, okay.
Not I had a problem with that, because I was helping them. I took it as like my training for coaching. Yeah, so he left me out of the squad and trained with the 23. I wasn't even with the first team. Yeah, so he got sacked. Gary Monk, he'd be treated the same as me, but he was still training with the first team because he's club captain.
Yeah.
He wasn't involved in the squad, nothing. And he got the job.
Right, okay.
And he pulled us in a meeting his first day, because I wasn't doing anything bad. A couple of things. I missed the training session.
Yeah.
He had a meeting in the canteen and telling everyone that they're just happy that it's someone that get on is a relief from Laudrup, because he's doing everyone's head in. And in the meeting, I said what he had to say, and then he went, Leroy, you're back with us, mate. I was like, yes, no. I went, sorry, Gaffer, sorry. So we were back with us, and then trained well, and I got back in a few times, and I wasn't going to get back in the team. I would have been involved in some of the European games, but Michael Laudrup didn't write my name in the 25-man list. We went, it's all right, but I got back involved a little bit, played, I think, come on 2 or 3 times, and it's the end of my year there, and I think so much has happened this time. I was always never getting a new contract. So
you had enough at that point at Swansea, though, like you thought.
Not of the people in the club.
No, but of
the situation. I think, just want something fresh and just forget that it's in the past. And then, after that, I think where did I go? Barnsley, I think. After that,
is that when Danny Wilson was there as well?
Yeah, he rang me, and because I was out of contract, I had no club at the time. And my phone weren't ringing that much. And anyway, hey, come, I want you to come down, man, and play for me. I was like, yeah, I know Danny, and I went up there and played, but he worked in a different mindset. And like I said to you earlier, he always had experienced players and always got in the playoffs all around it.
Yeah,
he's around. When I got there, I was 29, and I was the oldest player in the squad. So I was a bit confused. I was like, huh? So he had players like either 18-year-olds, 19, 21, young, and me and a couple. Marty Crane, I think, was a senior player. Not too many. Conor Hurahan, he was young then as well. it wasn't what I expected. And once I got in and started getting going, I did enjoy it. Driving back to London every day, didn't want to stay
That's
back.
a
Had
drive.
a thought. Huh?
That's a drive from Barnsley to London.
So yeah, that's not bad. 2 hours. So I lived in Sheffield, though.
Sheffield.
I had an apartment in Sheffield, so I would stay Thursday and Friday, but the rest of the time, majority of the time, I wasn't there. So
yeah, that's mad. That is mad because obviously, I think at the time as well, Barnsley were they League One as well. I think they weren't doing so well as well, were they at that time?
We was doing all right. We started off all right. I don't think we weren't the problem, but when I got in the door, I just like,
you realised
it was a mistake to come here, and the club had no like, it's just flat. Dead. Yeah, it was. I don't know. It just felt flat. I mean, especially players are bringing in. I don't think we'll do anything with that team at the time.
Yeah, man. And then you go on then to Notts County.
Yeah.
What was that like?
What's his name? Lee Johnson came in as manager at Barnsley. So I knew I wasn't going to play for him. Just by the first conversation we had. Just like there's something there. Yeah. I've heard loads of stories about him and his dad or something like that. I just knew from the start because the first away trip, I can't remember who was playing. Got on the bus, sat down, everyone sat down. He comes on the bus. You know what he said? No earrings on the bus. No earrings. Madness. I swear.
What's that going to do with people?
What's that got to do with you?
Yeah.
It's not them days where you say you got to have your beard, you got to shave clean and all that. Or I'm like, they didn't even have. I'm like, when I just sat down, I was like, I rang my agent. I went, cause he just told me, she just come on the coach and announced that they earrings are banned from the bus. You know what he said? We're done there, man. We're done there. You know what I mean? I didn't take them off. I didn't take them off. I was like, what's my earrings got to do with you?
With anything.
He came on the bus and said, no earrings. I knew that was me done there. And he never played me, left me on the bench or whatever. And just like, Notts County, wanted to go alone and play. I was like, it's a shorter drive to London. So I just went. Notts County, that club, don't talk to me about that club because I don't want to go through it.
When you moved from, you decide to go abroad, this is the first time in your career you go to Greece and you sign with, is it Hania you sign with? So you pronounce them, yeah? And then you go there. Is this where I need to ask this first. Is this where the match fixing thing happened? Because I've heard this story before.
Yeah.
Match fixing, but
this is, I went there. My agent said, we've got a team for you in Greece. If you want to go down, I went down. I had a look. I was like, this is a lovely place. It's sunny every day.
Yeah. No.
It was training was brilliant. Train at 4:00. Enjoy it the whole day and then just train in the evening. And I liked it. Pre-season was like 2 months though.
Wow, okay.
They had the season was meant to start obviously normal time, but then they delayed it till September. So from July, from August to July to September was just pre-season training, playing a game now and again when we can get one. And it was long, but I was like, we're looking forward to it. So it's going to be a new challenge. Started off, we was all right. We won the first game and we're getting momentum and stuff like that. Then certain things started happening and I was in shock. I was like, why is he? The ball's gone over. One of the other team have knocked the ball over the top, going up for a goal kick. I was sitting up, going, fuck. Boom, making sure it goes out for a corner. I'm like, yo, what's going on? And I was like, cool. I knew that stuff happened, but to see it, you have to see it to believe it. And then next game we played Olympiacos. The president, the chairman, the roadman. He's coming to change room going in the Greek. I sat next to Alex, his name is, I remember. He spoke quite good English. Yeah, I said, what's he saying? He said, my friend, don't tackle today. Don't get the yellow card, no yellow cards today. And and something about they have to give away, lose by a certain amount of goals. I went, you know what you just said in English? He goes, you'll see. And it happened. Yeah, then it happened the game after that again. And I said, this is I've had enough. Went back, packed up and chilled on the beach for a little bit and then flew home, bro.
That's mad. But in terms of, that's just a crazy story. Like you said, you have to be there, I think, to
you have to see it.
That. Yeah,
no, it happened. No, it happens. I've seen it.
Mad.
It's not an opinion. It's not no opinion. It happens. I've seen it. So trust me, it's crazy out there.
What was the level of football, and apart from obviously that match fixing kind of side of things?
It's irrelevant now, isn't it? Because that match fixing, things were happening all the way through. So certain people, I remember at half time, my teammates will be on their phone, putting on bets.
Mad.
So
that is mad.
I don't know. Then they all picked, and I was like, I don't want to be a part of this. Yeah. It's something you have. They're literally on half time. The manager's there, everything, chatting. The players doing their bets. No lie to you. It's crazy.
That's madness, man. You go from there, you come back to England, and then I think it was Yeovil was next.
Yeah.
So
came back, didn't have a team. Yeah, I came back, didn't have a team, and I can't remember this. Darren Way rang me and said, "What's Leroy?" They went down there, and just played to the end of the season. Just I was thinking, just keep ticking over, and then something better will come up at the end of the season. I had to wait another 6 months. 6 months till something decent came up.
Yeah, man. And then you go back to Thailand then as well. So this is where
first.
So yeah, you go to Thailand, go back abroad to Thailand, and then when was that? Was that 2017?
2017. I think the 3rd of January. I went to China first. Went to China.
Is that the final club in China, or did you see?
I had a club there, but I just said I'm not signing. I can't live there.
Yeah.
I live there, I'll struggle. And it's a long, long way from home.
100%.
You can't get a taxi home from there. I'll tell you that. Then on the way back, I had a Thai team offer me something, so I went. It was only a 5-hour flight, so I went over, had a look, liked it, and people really nice and nice place. Nice, good weather, training, nice training ground. I thought, this will do me, mate. So I signed. I enjoyed it there and spent a year there. I enjoyed it, great experience. I went back after the first, I'd done a year there. After that, I was going to go back.
Right.
I went over there and I was like, you know what? Let me just try and get something back home. I was actually there. I was there, went back after I came home, went back over there, and I was like, let me just go and find something at home. And nothing came up, bruv. So then I just ended up calling that day.
So then you kind of retire, what we say now, like the year after, that year in Thailand, so 2018/19. What are you? So you're still playing now, though, aren't you? So you.
No, a professional. No, now it's fun.
So it's fun.
Now it's enjoyable again.
Yeah, I hear that, man. So, and that's Nuneaton, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's that like just for you now? There's no like
that's exactly. It's fun, enjoyable, good to be involved in. Just football. It's just football. You know what I mean? What you started playing as a young kid from, you feel like that's just football. You know what I mean? There's no politics involved or anything. You just go, just play football. Go home, play football. I coach for them as well. So
I was about to ask that.
I coach for that. I coach the college and joint thing. There's a college and joint with the borough, the Nuneaton borough thing. So it's good. I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I do miss it, man, because I don't know. Everyone misses everything they do because we're in lockdown. But it's been good for me, man. I've been really enjoying it.
Yeah, man. Is that something you want to, obviously, you're still playing at the moment, and you're doing the coaching. Is that something you want to try and continue to do?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I want to be a coach as well. I want to be a manager. 100%. As I said, I always say I work my way up. As I did it as a player, and you graft and, show people that you can achieve things, and that's how I want to do it. I don't put on you if you can just jump straight in, but not for me. I like the graft of things. I like it. When you start, you appreciate things even more because you know what I mean. So I do want to do that. I want to be a manager.
Yeah, I hear that, man. And I think obviously you look around like Premier League, Championship, League One, League Two. There isn't really many black managers and coaches, so it seems like the way that for black managers as well, they have to kind of go from that level. It's not like a Frank Lampard fast track to the top. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like, for me, that's wrong anyway, because if you're good for the job, you should be doing that. But
we already know this in life. That is the same thing. So it don't matter. When I see it, I know it already.
Yeah. 100%.
So in life, everyone in normal life, that's how it is.
It's what
I know people trying to change it. So I already know that, innit? So I don't need anyone to tell me. So I'll show you.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? I'll show you. You know what I mean? So we already know that. We know. And that needs to change. It's not fair. It's good. Hopefully it's going to change. People taking notice now. People talking about it at least anyway, which is a start before no one said anything, innit?
100%.
So it's not even where Frank Lampard's been a legendary player. You know, for me personally, I would say he deserves a chance at that club because he's done so good. But what about people like Sol Campbell?
Yeah,
we know that. We have to start where?
At the
low down. Wayne Rooney, legend. We can go on. We know the reasons, but we have to change it, and we'll help that change for the generation after us and after. I don't know. We might not be alive to see it.
Could be our kids.
We could be. We might not be alive to see it, but let's try it because we're here. We're talking on the phone. Yeah, our generations before us. What did they go through? It's not for us to be in this position, so we have to go through the nonsense. It's not as bad as them, but it's still not great. Still the same thing, so the same problem. And let's do it because I don't know. I believe God gives you life again, innit? So come back in, I don't know, 50, 100 years. Hopefully, it's a big change. We ain't gonna see it. Unfortunately, we ain't gonna see it. So it's our job to change things.
100%, man.
That's all we can do.
My last question for you is, what advice would you give yourself now, give your younger self, all the stuff that you've been through in terms of football?
I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change one thing.
There we go.
I wouldn't tell myself nothing. Like I would, the way I did it, I didn't have no favors. So many things that I know that went against me now, but I wouldn't change one thing.
It made you who you are, innit?
Yeah, that's how your life is meant to be. You either learn from things or you sit there and say, ifs and buts, I should have, would have. No, I wouldn't.
True, man.
Not one thing I would change.
That's true, man. 100%. Listen, Leroy, honestly, I appreciate you taking the time out, man.
No problem.
I know
we've got plenty of time, bro. Don't worry.
Listen, I don't know what's going on with you, man. You could be busy doing other stuff, but I appreciate you taking the time.
My little girl, she'll be awake in a minute.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you taking the time out today and speaking to me. But listen, yeah, man. Enjoy the fun times at Nanita, and then hopefully, obviously, good luck with the coaching as well. Appreciate you and coming on. So yeah, man. Thank you.
No problem. Keep speaking, bruv. Keep talking to get them stories out to them youths, man.
Will do, Leroy.
If it touches one, that's a good job. That's a job done, man.
100%.
That's all we can do. As I said, you can't keep speaking. There's too many people who give up. Life's beautiful, man. Let them people stop you. We know what the situation and that. People will stop you, but you still keep that.
Keep going, man.
That's for everybody. So let's make changes, yeah?
100%, man. Thank you very much.
Man. Talk, man, big man.
Oh, man.
Take care.
Cool.